This is the story of living simply in Sicily. Why don't you come along with us and sing along the way? If you had a favorite group that you used to sing with, try and imagine you can still hear them now.
Hi, I'm Gigi.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're living simply in Sicily. If you're new to our channel, thank you so much. We're sharing our personal experiences of living here in Sicily as an expat.
We want to thank all of our subscribers that have been with us from the beginning.
We appreciate your encouragement and comments. So to continue the series that we have of the Seaside chat in Sicily, we thought we would share with you the 3 places that we have lived since we arrived this past year in Sicily. We do have videos that show each place, but we thought we'd consolidate it and just give you a background on where we've lived since we arrived here.
So we arrived July 16th, right in the middle of the summer.
Yes, and there was no lockdown at that time.
No, and we volunteered to quarantine, and we had you were smart enough to have all the appropriate paperwork presented at the border crossing, which was of course in Rome when the plane landed, to get us to that point. And the gentleman that we rented the penthouse apartment from was patient enough, because we told him that we would be, staying there for the 2-week quarantine. He had no problem with that. He understood it. He welcomed us. We made the arrangements ahead of time. In fact, my wife concluded them at the airport.
Yes, it was a little
in Tampa.
Yeah.
Before we got on the plane. So that was at that moment that we were allowed to board the plane. She contacted the young man in Acireale and confirmed the reservation. So he knew we were on the way at that point, and he was happy with that.
Yeah, it was interesting because as a dual citizen, I was able to return, and Jeff, of course, as well. But we weren't sure if we were actually going to be able to, because there were a lot of things that could have complicated it. You had to fill out a self-declaration form. And at the time, Italy was not open for tourism, only for expats, people that actually lived there, owned property there, or had a residency there. So it worked, but still, some of the planes, even though you could get your ticket and it was available, you didn't know if it was actually going to fly and take off. So when I contacted Giovanni, I said, can I kind of keep this on hold until we know that we're actually going to be able to get on the plane? And he said that would be great.
Well, prior to that, you had made a couple of reservations to get tickets. We had tickets and so forth. Those flights got canceled. We were not able to go at that particular time, which was prior to July. You handled all that and did a great job with it, and we were able to facilitate the last ticket that you got, which was Delta Airlines flying with Acireale.
The first place that we actually rented was a little town called Acireale. And we've always liked the Acis, Aci Castello, Aci Trezza, Acireale. It's on the sea, near the sea, and we like that village style. A beautiful property to quarantine in, because we were near enough to our friends that they could deliver us food for the 2 weeks. We had to use a little app that every day we would have to say, do we feel okay, and check in, and they checked on us that way, the government itself. And then we had our friends bring us food. Giovanni would bring things by and special items and stuff. He was very, very kind. And then we would walk on our terrace. So maybe you've seen some of that video footage. that in so you can see how we kept going for the 2 weeks that we were in that particular building. And it was a perfect terrace. You know, the inside of the house was very tiny, but the terrace was gorgeous and the views absolutely
Fantastic.
wonderful.
They had the ocean in front of us and turn around and you had Mount Etna behind you. So we could see everything that was going on, looking right out over the city. It was a great place to be.
It was. When time finally opened up and we were still there, we were able to take some beautiful walks and get Jeff's pizza. We were supposed to go into our long-term rental for the rest of the year that we were going to be here. And so that was going to be in Acireale, but there was a big problem with it when we went to go there. There was a mold problem, so we ended up, make long story short, Airbnb allowed us to get a refund from that after we had to go through a few hurdles. But we ended up in a short-term area called San Pietro Clarenza.
See?
And it was in the mountains. So we went from the sea to the mountain. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you continue to support us, and please tell your friends to subscribe so that we can add more features to our channel, such as better lighting, better cameras, and that type of thing to make it a more enjoyable video for you to watch. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. We really appreciate it. Thanks all your wonderful comments.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. Ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao.